Hello, my name is Niranjan Pendharkar, and I work for Nutanix Corporation, and I also serve as a member of the SNIA India Technical Council. My role with this short session is to give you a preview of what you can expect on day one, December 4th, of the Storage Developer Conference in India. I'll be giving you a brief insight into all the speakers and topics through the plenary section and all those in track one on the agenda, along with some additional information to help you get the most out of this virtual conference. Before we get started, if you want to get access to the agenda or find out where to get more information here are all the links that you need. The first thing to note as the conference starts is that all the sessions are pre-recorded and will only be streamed at the times posted in the agenda. So if you have a session that you don't want to miss, then make sure that you're logged in ahead of the scheduled time. The videos will be available on demand after that time, but you won't be able to ask questions of the speaker in real time. All the speakers have been requested to be available for questions while their session is being streamed. At 9 a.m., we will hear from the chair of SNIA India, Mr. Udayan Singh. Udayan will be welcoming delegates and talking about our first virtual conference, the sponsors, and what SNIA India has planned for the coming year. At 9:10 a.m., we will welcome our keynote speaker for the day, Mr. Jim Handy from Objective Analysis. Objective Analysis are a market research firm based in Silicon Valley and have a strong reputation in forecasting the semiconductor market. Jim has spoken at many SNIA conferences, but this is the first time for SNIA, SDC India. Jim will be talking about how compute and storage are merging and will take a close look at the technology evolution that is making this happen, including persistent memory and computational storage. A great session if you want a broad perspective on future trends in technology. At 9:50 a.m., we have the first of our sponsored sessions from CalSoft, who are a premier partner this year and a consistent supporter of SNIA India. Rohit Srivastav will focus on computational storage and opens with a fascinating history of storage evolution before moving into why computational storage is important and renders to a number of use cases. Following on at 10:30 a.m. is a second premier sponsor from Payavi Solutions, who are also valued contributors to SDC India over the last few years. Manoj Vadineni was a highly rated speaker last year, and he will talk this year about PCIe Gen 5, including the technology history, roadmap, and the development. Starting at 11:10 a.m., we have a series of presentations on NVMe. Starting with one of our member companies and a technology partner for this conference, Mindtech. Niranjan will cover the SPDK that provides a set of tools and libraries for writing high-performance storage applications using an NVMe driver. We then turn to Samsung, who will introduce the QEMU NVMe protocol simulator, providing a technical understanding of the simulator, and will include a demo too. Then at 20:20 p.m., Western Digital talk about zoned namespaces for NVMe SSDs, the background benefits and challenges of ZNS. To wrap up the session on NVMe, we have another presentation from Samsung, a different perspective of architecting quality engineering into the new generation of drives. The presentation will address quality engineering, performance testing, workload emulation, and NVMe device emulation. At 13:30, we move into the area of cloud, and we begin with a presentation from Wipro and a fascinating look at the issue of data sovereignty when collaborating and sharing data across clouds in the field of autonomous vehicles. We then turn to IBM, who will talk about cloud native services and predictive analytics. This session also touches on the subjects such as ransomware detection. At 14:40, It's the turn of Red Hat to discuss the concept of open hybrid clouds using open source technology, and the use of Red Hat's OpenShift container storage. Finally, in this section, we have Zorient, who will talk about mission critical databases and considerations for an on-premise versus cloud architectures. They will examine cost versus performance and have included a case study example. The final section in track 1 covers object storage, storage management, and storage security. First session at 15:50 will be Red Hat, who will address scalable open source object storage. This includes a comparison of block versus file versus object storage and goes on to cover a closer look at aspects of Ceph open source software. Nutanix will then look at the issue of object store performance and how to handle benchmarking and troubleshooting. This session is shared across 3 experts, so it should provide some deep technical insights as all 3 senior members of the engineering team. Be sure to ask some tough questions here. We then have a SNIA presentation, which will provide a detailed look at SNIA Swordfish storage management and what's new. Richelle has been at the forefront of this development for many years, so is extremely knowledgeable. So if you want to know more about the Swordfish and how it relates to DMTF's Redfish initiative, then catch this session. Then we move into storage security, and another highly regarded expert in the field, Eric Hibbard, will address something of a new subject, trustworthy storage. Take a look and discover why zero trust and trustworthy models may be potential approaches to dealing with threats. The final section presentation of the day provides a lead into the persistent memory hackathon. Niranjan, that's me, will provide an overview of the technical work that SNIA is doing in persistent memory and will give some background to the hackathon and what it does. If you want a more in-depth explanation of persistent memory, then check out track 2 at this time. Once this session is over, the persistent memory hackathons will begin. Here is the link to access. You are invited to view the tutorial video and then follow the instructions to access the library and learn how to program persistent memory. Finally, some pointers to getting the most out of SDC India as a virtual conference. Please don't forget to rate the sessions. Your feedback is vital information for us in determining the topics and speakers for future conferences. Explore the platform. Use all the available features. Meet some new friends and enjoy the learning experience of SDC India. Thank you. I hope you enjoy the conference. Bye.